Murphy. He is the co-host of the Hacks on Tap podcast, co-director of the USC Center for the Political Future, a longtime Republican strategist, current independent, not a big fan of President Trump, hasn't been since the start. Mike, welcome back to The Story. It's great to see you.
It is good to be here, Alex. Can I just, from the last segment, if some corrupt ship owners don't know who to send $2 million in crypto to, Mike Murphy, I'll be happy to take it and I'll do what I can.
You'll take their money like a good consultant?
Absolutely.
Bring it on, baby. We don't always need results, just send it here.
Right, we'll do our best. You know?
So that's a real spirit of Hacks.
Couldn't believe that one.
So let's talk about the politics of Iran.
Absolutely.
President Trump seems to be seeing his poll numbers go down as the longer this war goes.
Yeah, he's kind of in a vice because when he was elected, he did it with kind of a deal with the American people, which is, look, we all know I'm kind of a jerk, but I can run the economy. Biden can't, Harris can't, so give me a chance. And they bought it. And so what we've seen over the last 6 months with the tariffs and inflation and everything is his ratings on the economy are at the lowest they've ever been. He's down to about 32% of the people. So that's really bad on the thing they elected him to do. Then you add the war to this. A war of choice, not of necessity. Well, people might argue it was necessary, but we chose to do it. He never really made a case for the war. And once it began, every couple of days, we got a different war aim. We need regime change. They're horrible people. We got to get the 1,000 pounds of fissionable material you can make a nuclear bomb or several bombs out of. They have. We got to take that back. We got to take away their ability to attack their neighbors. Well, here we are, 40 billion later. The regime is still in power. In fact, the new, younger, maybe tougher guys are moving up because we killed every the Israelis and we wiped everybody out. Yeah, but you know, let's put it this way. The regime is still there. The nuclear material is still there. They can still lob $30,000 drones that we spend $4 million missiles to shoot down everywhere they want. So now there's a ceasefire from, you know, we were going to wipe out their civilization 2 days ago, war crime. And now this. So I just think it'll change tomorrow. I think the political impact is people don't get it. They never heard an argument for this. And they can tell because the president has this thing where he will say something and I think he believes that makes it true, even though if it's 180 degrees from 2 days ago. So I think there's fatigue, confusion, and concern.
You've advised everybody. You've advised Republicans mostly. You've advised Democrats. You've advised independents. So we want you to sort of give your straightforward advice without the partisan spin to everybody. Let's start, though, with President Trump. You're advising President Trump in his best interest. What's in his best interest to do politically?
Well, the impractical thing is build a time machine and don't make this big mistake. But
let's assume that doesn't.
Yeah, that probably doesn't work unless Area 51 has something we don't know about. I would say declare victory. I mean, the ceasefire, even though there seems to be a lot of firing right now for a ceasefire, but if it can be worked out, the sooner he can have a strategic retreat out of this thing. Because if he escalates, there's an old saying in security policy that, you know, we own the clock, they own the time. Because what are the Iranians going to lose? You know, there's not a lot more we can do without boots on the ground and politically.
Country.
Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, 90 million people, all mountainous. You know, the boots on the ground thing's a nightmare. So I would do what he's doing, which is retreat and declare victory. It's not a win, but it may make for a lesser loss.
Republicans going into the midterms, your advice to Republicans?
I'm telling every member of Congress, the few that still talk to me, is when's your filing deadline for a primary? Because the minute that's passed and you don't have somebody in an Uncle Sam suit running with Trump's support to kill you, run for the tall grass.
And what's the tall grass?
The tall grass is to get a little distance from the president, because otherwise you may say the Atlantic is cold to swim in, but staying on the deck of the Titanic's not good either. I mean, you see the special election we just had in Wisconsin, Democrats are running 10, 15 points above normal. So there's a big wave coming and prepare
Georgia,
for
right?
it. Yeah. Well, Georgia and also the Wisconsin win on the Supreme Court races. The Democrats have now won 13 or 14 specials in a row. So if you're a member of Congress, you got to prepare for an extremely tough environment coming, particularly on the economy. So you develop your own argument.
And lastly, your advice to Democrats.
Put on an invisibility cloak and keep saying, fire Trump on the economy. Voters don't need to hear where the voice is coming from, because if the Democrats make this a referendum on them, that is a huge win for Trump. And that's what the Trump campaign is desperately trying to do. They want to switch the topic. Referendum on Trump, Republican trouble. Referendum on Democrats, Trump comes back to life a little.
Democratic.
Yeah.
Social issues or other things that maybe don't pull
The Trump guys will do what ours always did. They did back in my era too. Our first rule was when you're in a corner and losing, pick a culture war with the Democrats and they will always fall for it. And Trump's going to try that next.
We'll see how disciplined both sides are.
And Democrats and discipline, we don't.
Yeah, well,
President
Trump not exactly known for that either.
Right, kind of a fair fight now.
Yeah, all right. Mike Murphy, great to see you. Check out Hacks on Tap, one of my favorite podcasts out there. You and David Axelrod and Robert Gibbs and Mike and John Heilman and a whole cast of characters.
And I are two old pals who are dear friends despite fighting each other for 30 years, and we kind of tell you what we think is really going on.
It's a great show. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.